Hi everyone, this is Ripper of Ripper Gaming again, and want to just cover some of the things that people have been asking me about the MetaQuest 3. Got a lot of comments, I appreciate those. I'm going to go ahead and start by going over some of the controls on here. Down on the bottom here, we have got our IPD adjustment. Somebody pointed out that is not a volume. I just assumed so because it looked like a volume knob. That is actually a really nice upgrade from the Quest 2 because you don't have to try and move the lenses back and forth like you did in the previous version. So that's very nice. And my IPD adjustment seems to work a little bit differently between when I'm wearing glasses or not. So that's actually very helpful to be able to easily manipulate that. We've got our volume over here. We've got some sensors on the sides too. And got our power over here. Got our USB-C connector there. And what I've learned so far is that this strap can basically get tighter or looser around your head based on how close these are together. So if we push them closer together, I recommend doing this before you put it on. It's a little bit hard to move that when you have them off. So you can go ahead and put that together and give yourself more room, or you can pull it like this and it tightens the whole thing up for you. So that's pretty nifty. And of course, you've got your adjustment just like the previous one where you can adjust how far it pulls it up on your head. For myself, I'm actually probably going to adjust this up a little bit more because I get a clearer picture when I have the glasses higher up on my head. That's some of the overall things I wanted to point out just to make sure I clear that up from my previous video. And I do want to show you, I've got some relatively small glasses here. I don't have to wear glasses daily. I do have some that just help with my vision a little bit. Sometimes I might need to use them. I want to show you just the size of these. You can see that they're a little tight. So if you've got some big glasses, they might not fit so well. You can kind of see these do go in here, but they're not perfect. So you'll feel it on the sides. I've only tried it for a short period so far. But it seemed to work fine. But like I said, my IPD adjustment for some reason needed to be adjusted for me to make the picture clearer. And also the other thing to notice is since it's tight on these glasses, when I put them on my head, I typically put them on my face and then put this over top of them. Then you might have to adjust the glasses up and down a little bit. So I don't know if they're officially supposed to be used with the glasses, but I did get it to work. So if you're someone that wants to use it with glasses, then I think it's definitely doable, assuming you don't have large glasses. Obviously these are pretty small and I don't really have a large head, so that might help me. The other thing is I wanted to make note that these controllers, I did not even realize this until I went back to play my Quest 2. They actually don't have the big ring around them like the other ones. So they are actually quite a bit smaller. It just seemed like this area was bigger to me. But they work very well. The other thing that's kind of nice is when you have these in your hand and you're using the glasses, or the MetaQuest 3, then it can actually keep track of your finger movements. It can keep track of your thumb movements, and it does a pretty decent job at that. So that's another cool feature that I wanted to point out. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the glasses and show a little bit of mixed reality and show you how that works. And so you can kind of see my workspace, and I'll play the demo game so you can get a chance to check that out. So we'll switch over to that now. Alright folks, now we're in the mixed reality mode of the Quest 3. So I want to show you a few things, kind of going back to some of the questions I got, and then we're going to do some gameplay. First thing I want to show you is when you come here, you should be able to see an outline. There you go. And you can actually grab this and move it around, which is nice too. So I really enjoy that. Typically when you go to your settings here, all your stuff kind of looks like this. You can see this is kind of like that, but I like a big screen. So if you go down here to switch view, then you can see it up here, and it's just much easier to use. So that's pretty cool. The other thing I want to show you in the settings here is the boundary. So when you turn on the boundary, You look around, it's going to map out everything for you. You see, as I move, it kind of maps that out. So that's pretty cool. So continue there. It'll let you adjust if needed. We're just going to keep that as is. So that's pretty sweet. So the next thing we're going to do is show you the settings up here. People are asking me about how much space. Now, I've got 288 gigs free, so I've got 200 used. So, you know, the 128 doesn't really work for me because of a lot of the games I have. But I want to show you this because I do have quite a few, and the majority of people are only going to have a few games, maybe 10 or so. I'm not sure how many I have, but you can see I've got some heavy hitters here with the size of these games, and it just goes on for a while, all right? So I need the extra space, but everybody's not going to. But if you have a lot of games or intend to buy a lot of games, then yeah, you're probably going to want that. So if we go to the app library, you can see I've got everything installed here. Yeah. Anyway, so most of you are going to be fine with 128 gig version. But if you intend to keep this for a while, buy a lot of games, this will probably be out for at least 2 or 3 years for another one comes out, I would assume. So you might want to go for the 512 if you can. So, all right, the game that we're going to try today is called First Encounters. This is one that comes with the device. And so this is your mixed reality, augmented reality type game. So we're going to play a game of this, and then if you all have any other questions after we go through this, then just let me know in the comments, and I'll see if I can try and answer those for you. Okay, so since this is mixed reality, it just shows my room. Kind of see my space around here where I normally record my YouTube videos, my computer set up. So there you go. It's a small room, but it's the quietest one, so this is where I normally record. But if you have a bigger space, it'll really work well anyway. It maps out the room for you. So I'm going to hit play. I don't have to rescan since I already scanned it. So yeah, you can see here it says pesky space puffins are about to flood the room. Catch as many as you can. Now, first time you see this, you're like, well, what does that mean? I don't see anything. So, but give it just a moment. There we go. So you see we've got this debris on the floor. Pretty cool, I must say. Alright, so we need to grab this. Okay, and so if you pull your trigger, kind of gives you like a light here. Helps you see through everything. Oh, there we go. So I'll turn that off, and you can just see it looks like something's trying to break in through my doors there. Now you can't do much with this until they break in, so we'll give it just a second. Okay, now I have 2 guns. If you see it interacts with the environment, and in a minute we're gonna start having these things everywhere. And you might not be able to tell it on here, but the sound does give you an idea on where everything is coming from. I expect a lot to come out here soon. It starts getting a bit crazy. Alright, my guns have disappeared. Gotta say that's pretty cool. I can't wait to see how the other implementations go with this. So, here we go, 105 out of 165. Not too bad. Only 5 for the highest combo. I'm sure I can do better. Alright, so shows you your score, shows you some other games here. So this isn't even necessarily a game, kind of like an architectural app, which is kind of cool. Office Space, if you are so enthralled with going to the office that you want to have your own. This game comes with it if you pre-ordered and should be available in December from what I've read. So there's a lot here I'm going to try out. If there's any specific ones you want to see, if I can get them, then I'll see what I can do to try and get some videos uploaded of those. But this is the mixed reality version, and I gotta say it's pretty cool, and if you're out of shape like me, it gives you a nice little workout too. So anyway, that's the video. If you like it, please give me a like, give me a subscribe, and please give me comments, anything else you want to check out or anything I didn't cover, just going over some of the settings and nice features. So glad everyone watched it and appreciate your time.